Hi everyone, and welcome to HHP 7005, Scientific Communication. I'm very excited to begin this course with you because scientific communication is one of the most important professional skills you will develop in your graduate school training. No matter how strong your ideas are, no matter how innovative your research may be, your ability to communicate that work clearly, efficiently, and persuasively will ultimately determine its impact. This course is designed to strengthen your scientific writing, your critical reading skills, your ability to appraise research, and your confidence in presenting and publishing scholarly work. We will focus not only on what good scientific writing looks like, but on how to produce it consistently. Throughout this semester, you will practice writing, editing, revising, critiquing, outlining, and integrating literature. You will receive feedback both from me and your peers, and you will be expected to apply that feedback in meaningful ways. Writing in the sciences is not a one-draft process. It is iterative. It requires revision. It requires discipline, and it absolutely improves with structured practice. This course begins by grounding you in the principles of effective scientific writing. Early on, we focus on clarity, efficiency, and precision. You will examine how sentence structure affects meaning, how unnecessary words dilute impact, and how to write with directness and control. You will begin practicing critical reading because strong writing begins with the ability to analyze how others construct arguments. In these early modules, you will refine your ability to summarize research accurately and concisely, an essential skill that underlies literature reviews, grant writing, and manuscript preparation. As we move forward, we place strong emphasis on voice and grammar. Scientific writing often defaults to passive constructions and vague phrasing, but clarity depends on strong verbs and deliberate sentence structure. You will learn how to identify passive voice, buried verbs, unnecessary nominalizations, and structural weaknesses. More importantly, you will practice correcting them. Editing will become a central activity in this course, both editing your own work and providing constructive feedback to your peers. Through this process, you will begin to recognize patterns in your own writing habits. We will then expand into sentence construction and paragraph organization. Writing strong sentences is important, but scientific arguments are built at the paragraph level. You will learn how to construct focused paragraphs with clear thematic direction, logical progression, and purposeful transitions. We will examine punctuation choices, structural emphasis, and stylistic decisions that help shape readability. At this stage, you should begin to see your writing becoming tighter, more controlled, and more deliberate. Midway through the term, we will turn to the writing process itself. Many students underestimate the importance of pre-writing and revision. In this course, you will spend intentional time gathering literature, organizing notes, identifying themes, and mapping arguments before creating a draft. You will practice integrating multiple sources into cohesive paragraphs rather than summarizing articles one at a time. You will learn that strong scientific writing is built long before the first polished draft appears. From there, we move into structure of scientific manuscripts. You will examine the purpose and conventions of each section, the introduction, methods, results, discussions, figures, and tables. You will practice constructing sections and critiquing formatting choices. Understanding how manuscripts are structured will improve both your writing and your reading. When you can recognize how sections function, you can evaluate whether or not they are effective. As your skills grow, we shift toward critical appraisal. Being able to read a scientific paper is different than being able to critique one. You will learn to examine alignment between purpose statements, methods, and conclusions. You will practice identifying strengths, weaknesses, and potential bias. You will evaluate whether results truly support the claims being made. And these skills are foundational not only for writing literature reviews, but also for developing research proposals and contributing meaningfully to scholarly conversations. Later in the term, we will focus on review writing. You will explore the differences between narrative reviews, systematic reviews, and meta-analyses. You will practice outlining and organizing themes across multiple studies. Rather than listing articles sequentially, you will learn how to synthesize literature by identifying patterns, mechanisms, methodological differences, and gaps in knowledge. Integration is the hallmark of advanced scientific writing, and it requires both critical thinking and structural discipline. At the very end of the term, we will step back and consider the broader scholarly landscape. Writing is not only about coursework, it is about contribution. We will discuss publishing process, authorship criteria, journal selection, and conference presentation formats. You will examine instructions for authors and learn how to evaluate whether a journal is an appropriate fit for your work. Understanding publication expectations early in your training helps you write with clarity and purpose from the start. Because this is doctoral level coursework, my expectations are very high. Meeting minimum word counts reflects average work. Higher level work demonstrates depth, integration of peer-reviewed sources, precision in language, clarity of structure, and careful adherence to APA formatting. Discussions require substantive engagement. Peer editing is not optional or superficial. It is central to your development as a scholar. The more effort you invest in providing thoughtful feedback, the more you will be able to refine your own writing. Academic integrity is taken very seriously in this course. All students are required to complete the plagiarism certification early in the term. Plagiarism is often unintentional, but it is still unacceptable. You will learn proper citation practices, how to paraphrase effectively, and how to maintain scholarly integrity in all of your written work. All assignments will be submitted through plagiarism detection software, and expectations for originality are strict. One of the most important elements of this course is revision. You will revisit your work multiple times. You will cut words, you will restructure sentences, you will refine paragraphs, you will critique and be critiqued. Growth in scientific writing is visible across drafts, but not within a single submission. By the end of this term, you should feel more confident in your ability to summarize research, critique literature, structure manuscripts, and integrate sources into coherent arguments. You should be able to recognize weak writing quickly and revise it effectively. Most importantly, you should begin to develop your own scholarly voice that is clear, precise, and professional. Scientific communication is not just about meeting assignment requirements. It's about contributing to your field in a way that others can understand, evaluate, and build upon. I'm looking forward to reading your work and watching your progress and helping you strengthen one of the most essential skills in graduate education.